What if meditation, as we know it and as the world knows it, is fundamentally misunderstood? In a multi billion dollar industry of mindfulness, the true essence of meditation is lost. What was taught as true meditation in the form of nididhyasana in ancient India is now systematically distorted and destroyed. Modern meditation techniques emphasize doing, following breath, repeating mantras, visualization, etc., while the ancient Vedantic meditation centers on being. This distinction explains why many dedicated practitioners fail to experience meditation's transformative potential. So, if you are someone who has been meditating for many years, or if you are someone who is interested in meditation, this video is going to be very valuable to you, where we will uncover the true essence of meditation, different types of meditation, and how meditation can literally transform our life in a matter of months. First, let's start with the misconceptions on meditation. What we know as meditation today is simply a thought process. All these guided meditations with music, with instructions, with mantras, etc., have missed the fundamental point of meditation. Of course, each of these tools have their value, and we make use of certain guided meditations in our community also. But this is not the true meaning of meditation. Today, we will understand this meaning. What was once a profound spiritual practice has been distorted, neatly packaged, branded, and sold back to us as a technique driven solution. The essence of meditation has been systematically stripped away. The language itself gives it all away. In the modern world, we do meditation. We do not be meditative. Meditation is not something to do as per Vedanta. It is simply to be who we are. This fundamental difference is very important to grasp. The University of California found that 78% of modern meditation practitioners focus exclusively on techniques like breathing exercises, body scans, mantras, guided visualizations, etc. This fixation on technique creates a performer-performance relationship with meditation. We judge ourselves. Did I focus well enough? Was I calm? Did I silence my thoughts successfully, etc.? This mechanical approach directly contradicts the original essence of meditation. So instead of helping us release and disidentify from the ego, these meditations are reinforcing our identification. This is why, despite all of your meditation practice, you still do not understand and experience that profound fulfillment. The approach itself is wrong. The direction itself is wrong. And we must understand this, and we must go back to the ancient times where meditation was practiced in its true essence. With this, let's come to part 2. That is the ancient Vedantic meditation. The original Sanskrit text contained no single word that directly translates to meditation as we know it today. Instead, we find distinct terms pointing to different dimensions of practice. For example, there is dhyana, a state of deep concentration, and then there is upasana. It is a devotional focus on an object or usually a deity. And then there is nididhyasana. It is an inquiry tracing consciousness to its source and staying in the essence of who we are. But in the modern world, for each of these practices and for each of these experiences, we use the term meditation. This shows how sophisticated the ancient system was and how sophisticated Sanskrit is. And this is why even I felt the urge to go back and study Sanskrit from scratch. And it is one of my goals in life to study Sanskrit as much as possible. Now let's come to Vedanta specifically and let's understand Vedantic meditation. When it comes to Advaita Vedanta, the way to understand reality and the way to live our ideal life of absolute fulfillment is through these three steps. That is Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana. Shravana is about listening to, reading, and consuming the information. This is step one. Most people stop here. Step two or stage two is Manana. Manana is thorough understanding after clarification, after inquiry, after questioning the teachings. When we thoroughly understand it, that is Manana. And then comes stage three, which is Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana is a deep contemplation or meditation. Here, we are going beyond the intellect and simply living the truth as it is. We are being who we actually are as that consciousness. This is Nididhyasana. This is the true meaning of meditation in Vedanta. Here, there are no techniques, there are no frameworks, there is no music, there is no visualization, there is no thought, there is no support whatsoever. We simply are as we are without anything. This is the true meaning of meditation. But to be as we are without any thought, without any vritti or modification of the mind is a challenging task, especially for us in this modern world who have been conditioned to think, and think. That is why systematically different frameworks and different stages and different tools are provided in the ancient Sanatana Dharma, like performing rituals for those who are extroverts, and then the mantra chanting, where our entire focus is on a certain sound for an extended period of time. After that, pranayama, where we take control of breathing and our focus is on the breath. And another example is upasana, where we worship and meditate upon a deity, on a form, which is more easier to do than Nididhyasana. So like this, different tools were provided for the benefit of the seekers. And in the modern world, most of us worry about whether we are sitting in the right way, whether we are breathing in the right way, whether we are focusing properly, etc. But this was not the case earlier. The fundamental intention behind these practices was not to increase our focus or concentration or our health, etc., but it was fundamentally to recognize our true nature, to recognize the nature of reality itself. And focus, concentration, good health, good body, etc., was simply an outcome, a side effect of these practices. What was once considered as side effects have become our main focus today. As Swami Bhajanananda observed, meditation acts as a junction where all spiritual paths converge. While techniques differ across traditions, the essence remains the same: consciousness recognizing itself. So, as per Vedanta, the highest form of meditation is Nididhyasana, where we are who we are, without any thought, without any modification, without any support. And the goal of meditation is this. This understanding challenges our assumption that meditation is primarily a self-improvement tool. The ancients did not meditate to enhance performance at work, though this might naturally improve. They meditated to directly experience the ultimate truth of existence. Every technique served this singular purpose, recognizing one's true nature. With this, let's come to part 3, where we will uncover the difference between objective and subjective meditation. This is really interesting. Now, what if all the techniques and visualization and guided meditations that you have been practicing for years and years was simply to prepare you for the higher stage of meditation. When we look at Sanatana Dharma and different schools within Sanatana Dharma like Vedanta, Yoga, etc., broadly we can categorize meditation and practices into objective meditation and subjective meditation. The ancient texts describe two distinct paths, one where consciousness moves outward toward objects, and another where it traces back to its own source. This distinction explains why some practitioners experience profound transformation while others merely touch the surface. The ancient wisdom distinguishes between upasana, objective meditation, and nididhyasana, or subjective meditation. These represent two fundamentally different directions for consciousness to flow during practice. Now, pay attention here. As per Vedanta, there is one reality, there is one infinite consciousness, and everything is that consciousness. All the separation, all the duality that we experience is Maya, it's an appearance, it is fundamentally and ultimately not real. If that is the case, then we are not the body nor the mind, but we are that infinite consciousness itself. We do not have any birth, we do not have any death, and we simply are. This is the truth of reality. But we do not experience this yet. Experiencing this is the ultimate goal as per Vedanta. And to do that, stage one is objective meditation, because subjective meditation is more difficult. So, for the beginners, upasana or objective meditation is suggested, where they keep a deity or a form to worship and to meditate upon. This might be anything. For Hindus, we have a lot of options. It might be Ganesha, it might be Shiva, it might be Vishnu, etc. For me, it is Narayana. When I meditate and when I feel distracted, I bring a form. This is the form of Narayana. This is the ultimate form for me. This is the ultimate reality for me. This is everything for me. And my focus will be on that form during meditation. This can be anything for you. If you are a Christian, this can be Jesus Christ. If you are a Buddhist, it might be Lord Buddha himself. And if you are a Hindu, like I said, there are innumerable options. But ultimately, it is a form which we consider as the highest form, which represents that ultimate reality and which we focus on. This is upasana or objective meditation. In this form of meditation, our awareness is flowing outward. We are bringing our awareness to the object of awareness, which is God, with a form. There is a profound logic behind this. There is a science behind this. What happens is, since we are all distracted and since there are thousands and thousands of thoughts that are going through the mind, it is immediately not possible to stop all the thoughts, still the mind, and take the consciousness or awareness inward to its source. This becomes very difficult. What is much more easier to do is to bring our attention on one object, one form that we call God. We can use any name here. It becomes easy to focus on one form first and place our attention entirely on that form for an extended period of time. And then when that becomes natural, that force, that power will help us, will guide us, and will support us to take our focus and to take our awareness inward to that infinite consciousness. This is the idea behind objective meditation. With this, let's come to subjective meditation or nididhyasana. Like we discussed earlier, this is the highest form of meditation where we are completely focusing on who we are, where the awareness is not flowing outward through the sense organs, but instead it is flowing inward. And here we are tracing our awareness back to its source. And the source is that ultimate reality or God, which is beyond all forms, which is beyond all limitations. This is subjective meditation or nididhyasana. Let us discuss the consequences of this distinction. Shankaracharya, the great Advaitic philosopher, states that the benefits of upasana are either worldly prosperity or abhyudaya or gradual liberation, which is kramamukti, while the object focused meditation can lead to experience of saguna brahman or God with attributes. The subjective meditation opens door to realizing the nirguna brahman, the absolute reality beyond all attributes, which according to Shankaracharya is the ultimate reality. So in upasana, you are establishing a relationship with the divine, with God, and you are paying attention to that relationship and to that God. While in nididhyasana, you are simply being who you are and you are tracing your awareness back to its source. So while the modern meditation techniques and apps focus on doing, the ancient Vedanta teaches us being. And it states that being is the most fundamental thing that we must master, through which we can transform our doing and transform our reality itself. Here I am reminded of Swami Vivekananda's profound insight. He said, the goal of meditation is to realize the eternal relationship between soul and God. This relationship is not something we need to create. It's already there waiting to be recognized.